She doesn't seem to be in. There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon. Definitely not drinking water. Hi, Murray.
Oh, the esteemed Mr. Michaels. What's on your mind?
Is this note here from you?
Pardon? No, I speak to my guests personally when I've got something for them.
Was there anyone here asking for me earlier?
No, you're simply not well known enough. But that'll soon change, believe me.
Murray, do you know where the local graveyard is?
A graveyard? Didn't you want to take a rest?
I'm not up for resting anymore.
I'm sure you can't mean the graveyard behind the hotel. It's being redone right now.
It's being what?
I've had it removed for the time being so I can relocate it in a sensational new setting. It means I can charge more for some of the rooms with views over the Gordon graveyard.
You've had the Gordon family graves leveled?
To be quite honest, there was only Lothar Gordon's grave there, the founder of the original sanatorium. The family crypt is in the churchyard at Warmhill.
Ah, right. In Warm Hill, then. See you, Murray.
Back to work.
The floor plan of the hotel. All of the rooms are drawn on it. Huh, Murray's office is right next to my room. The only thing I brought with me from Boston... Murray's office is right behind this wall. I don't need that. I'm already in my own horror film. Views of Willow Creek. At least it's better than portraits of...
There's nothing for you in there.
I wouldn't know why I'd want to start a conversation with that idiot. Huh, what have we got here? I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on the road. According to the map, this stream's called Old Wansford. Why should I go into the middle of the woods? I've still got things to do here. I'd rather get that done before I leave. I've still got things to do here. This certainly isn't a well. Gravestones without names. Gravestones. Gravestones. Gravestones without names. Gravestones. Wow, the fence has really been battered. If we were in India, I would say it was a herd of elephants. That's the Gordon family crypt. The musty skeletons of my ancestors are just behind this door. I'm not interested in paying them a family visit. That's William Gordon's grave, my great-grandfather. He died in August 1981. No idea why he wasn't buried in the family crypt. The wall has collapsed right in the middle. Locked. That's probably the priest's house back there. Locked. That's... Who's that? That doesn't look like the priest. Hey, you there. Good morning.
What the? Oh, I'm sorry, lad. I must have nodded off.
In the confession box?
The bench has a cushion in it, at least.
You're not the priest, are you?
God forbid. I'm Mark, the grave digger.
You don't happen to know, being the grave digger and all, where Samuel Gordon's grave is? He must have been buried in 1981.
That's a tough one, lad. So many people died here 12 years ago. Good and evil alike in the strangest of circumstances. I really can't remember who ended up where. You'd be better off talking to Father Frederick, the priest. Perhaps he can remember.
Where would I find the priest then?
Today? Well, you won't find him at all. He left around midday. Some conference or other. Supposed to be back by noon tomorrow, though.
It's quite a woody area.
That's also supposed to be the reason it's such a bloody area.
The evil of the woods? People around here read too many horror stories.
Or have experienced it themselves. Have you been in the woods here at night?
No.
They say there's plenty to see. Murderous lords of the castle. The undead. Mordred's voracious hellhounds. There are many stories about it. Probably as many stories as there are people here.
The woods around Willow Creek strike me as being particularly creepy.
Yes, and the number of wild boars in there is uncanny. I've known them to trample down my fences to get at the clientele. But I've got some crafty traps set up. I'm looking forward to having a roast. The priest gave his permission.
Can you tell me anything about the church?
What do you mean then, lad? Who built it? It certainly wasn't me, even if I might look that old. Must have been around the time Marcus Gordon was alive. Have you seen the dark part of the tower up there?
Yes.
He ran out of stone, and they say he took stones from his castle walls to finish it off. Demolished his own castle to finish the church.
A model Christian.
Perhaps his time was running out. Got himself buried in there in the end.
A crypt that's 100 feet tall with an altar and a bell tower, all for him alone. What a modest man.
All those toffs are. No, he treated himself to an extra crypt underneath the nave. But it caved in 12 years ago. Nobody can get in there anymore.
You must have a lot to do around here, being the grave digger.
Oh, that's right. My job here is quite secure.
What is it you actually do all day?
Answer stupid questions.
I mean, digging graves can't be all you do.
Yeah, you're right, lad. I don't just dig. I repair things too, keep the church. And if you think that the weeds grow on their own around here, then think again. It ain't.
What did you mean by that? You guard the graves?
Well, because of the clientele. So they don't get dug up.
Which dogs?
Well, strays from around here.
An underground hot
Yeah,
dog.
exactly. With the bloody.
Do you know Warmhill well?
Of course, but it's just a few houses on the back of the woods. There's more life in here, I tell you. Are you looking for something in particular?
No, I'm just trying to get an idea of the place.
Looking around this graveyard would give you a better idea of the place. And should you want to reserve yourself a spot here, then let me know. I recommend the southern slope. That's the best location.
Thanks for the tip, but I'm in no hurry to...
Maybe Death's in a hurry to come and get you.
I'd better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled, lad.
I'll leave him in peace for now. There are some phrases from the Bible engraved in this. Behold the Lamb of God that taketh away the sin of the world, says John 1 verse 29. For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain, says Philip, also 1 verse 21. For many are called, but there are some phrases from the Bible. Behold, for many are bare wooden pews. Oh, is it that late already? Ancient headstones. That's quite a recent grave. There are even a few flowers still lying on it. That's quite a recent grave. Locked. That's probably the priest's house back there. That's a walking map of the area around Willow Creek. I don't want to use it at the moment. Why should I go into the middle? Those must be wild boars. There's supposed to be plenty of them around here. Why should I go into the middle of it? Or demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local fables. I better get out of here fast if I don't want to get mauled. I can't keep this up for too long. How come I'm not waking up? This must just be a nightmare. Before the storm, I think I better wait until those beasts have lost their appetite. A box that's just rotten away. Oh well, let's take a look then. Damn it, locked. That almost looks the same as the shredder in the museum. There's something lying in it. It's soft, damp, and cold. Yuck. No thanks. I don't really want to know. An old bucket. Oh, I hope that isn't the toilet. Damn, don't say somebody lives here. There's something lying under the bed, but I can't get at it. A couple of luminous smiley stickers. Whoever lives here must be scared of the dark. An oil lamp. Doesn't seem all that old. Maybe it still works. Ah, that's better. I can see now. What the hell? Half the bed has already collapsed into the floor. A file. Huh. I'm guessing that's paint. Peculiar shadow. I think I know where that mysterious shadow's coming from. Well, how about that? And so the key falls into my possession. Fits. As I thought, full of junk. So let's have a look. Damn! That looks like one of the robes and the masks from the order that was after me. Huh. But at the same time, it's also proof that the order existed. I'll take it with me. There's some paper in the robe. Seems to be a letter to the order. Quite badly torn. Unable to stop the evil, already sacrificed. His objective, or something happens to me. No trace is to be... I'm not completely certain, but it appears to be a request to cover up all traces of the order. That would explain why the robe is in the shack. I'll put it back. Perhaps I'll find something useful after all. A corkscrew and a yardstick. They look in reason. Whoa, chainsaw. I've got a feeling that this baby's gonna come in handy. Half the bed has already collapsed into the floor. I can't drag it through the hut. A rusty old garden implement. Gotcha. A cardboard box. Somebody scribbled something on the lid. Can't decipher it. The words are... A rag doll. Pretty ugly and worn out. I recognize it. I've seen it before. It was Ralph's. Yep, that's his doll. Mr. Bubby or whatever. Strange. How'd it get here? What else have we got? A luminous sticker with a smiley on it. And a cork from a bottle. This must be Ralph's shack. Or his hideaway. I've got what I wanted. Another door. Let's see now. Was kinda obvious. There's storage behind it for logs. It stretches right to the door. There's no getting through here. There's no gas in the chainsaw. The file is worn down. At the very most, you could file your fingernails with it. What the? Looks as though the door's been bolted from the outside. But how can that be? The floorboards here sure creak loudly. There's no gas in the chainsaw. The file is worn down. At the very most, you could file your... The tank's just about half full. Hopefully that'll... I filled up the chainsaw, but the tank's lid is missing. I don't think it's a good idea to start it up as it is. The floorboards here sure creak. I filled up the chainsaw, but the tank's lid is missing. I don't think it's a good idea to start it up as it is. All right, that ought to hold. Now we can get going. The floorboards here sure creak loud. I can't cut my way through the whole wood storage with the little bit of gas I've got.
Hi. You ready to go?
Go where?
I don't know, you ready to go to bed or something? Oh.
The rotten boards shouldn't be a problem for the saw, but I ought to check what's underneath them first. The floorboards here sure creak loudly. Interesting. There's at least half a meter of space below the boards. The shack must have been built on stilts. The next time I'm being pursued by hellhounds and hide in a shack, I'll look out for that as I go in.
You need a trash though?
The floorboards here sure creak loudly. The floorboards here sure creak loudly. I'll just cut myself a trapdoor in the floor. It can also be closed again in an emergency. Sneak outside through the hole. Good. Let's try it. I'm better leaving the heavy junk here. Good. No wild beasts for miles. Weird. No tracks. The beasties couldn't have just disappeared into thin air. No!
Describe what you saw.
I saw myself as a child. I was playing with my sister in the woods. It's not far away from the castle. I could see it behind the trees. There was a man there, too.
Could you make out who it is?
No, he had his back to me. But something very bad has happened.
What's happened?
My sister, she's fallen in a hole. She's screaming. What should I do?
Adrian, you're not there anymore. Remember what you did at the time.
I ran to the hole, and I don't know. I can't remember. You woke me up before I could help her.
I didn't wake you up, Adrian. You woke up of your own accord. It would appear everything in you is trying to fend off this memory. Seems you really want to suppress it.
Or I just can't remember.
The memory is still there. You just need to let it happen.
It's easy for you to say.
Perhaps you should tackle this memory in a conscious state. Try and find the place in the woods that you saw. You need an anchor in the present.
If you say so.
And with regards to the hallucinations, I've ordered a medication. It should help to suppress them.
Very good. I'll take it. At least you can rely on conventional medicine.
Please take this prescription and give it to a buyer in the shop. She'll give you the medication.
Oh, she's a pharmacist too?
In a little village like this, everyone has more than one role.
Doctor?
How can I help you?
Something strange happened to me last night. I don't know what was real and what wasn't.
Tell me about it, Adrian.
I was just on my way back to the village when I couldn't get back. Once I supposedly...
A classic dream of repression.
What do these black
Fleeing
dogs...
from vicious, aggressive dogs. It expresses the fear of one's own...
No, they were alone.
Dogs who roam around. It could... What breed of dog were they?
No idea.
Large dogs reinforce the meaning I was talking about.
Are there any tablets I can take for this? Do you know Ralph?
Ralph? No. Who's that?
Oh, not so important. I saw a woman dressed in white. Almost looked like some kind of wedding dress.
Where did you see her?
When I was locked in the shack, from the window, she was standing on the edge of the clearing. She saw me and then disappeared into the woods.
Did she say anything or do anything?
Well, I didn't hear anything, but perhaps. She certainly wasn't just wandering around. It almost seemed as though she was looking for something.
Really? There's a legend here in Willow Creek about a white lady who wanders through the woods looking in vain, as no one has ever
Until
seen.
now.
It originates out of the whole thing that everyone wants to be a
You've got an explanation for everything, haven't you?
Psychology is the modern theology.
What can you tell me about Warm Hill?
Well, not a lot, really. It's a little hamlet that belongs to Willow Creek. There are only a few people living there. Most of the houses are falling apart. I think it's where all the miners used to live.
Catch you later.
Take care.
I wonder if the record of our discussions... My head's still pounding. Lucky that Murray found me in the woods yesterday. I probably would. I should get this medication. And I've got an appointment. Oh, and I should find that...